somehow.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. It's art. Like, I'll tell you what I mean. I'm very upset when I have a gout attack. It fucking hurts.
Yeah, no shit.
And I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting and saying, you know, I'm in pain right now. Go away, gout. No, you're right. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what the worst part is? The poor people thought they were immune to this.
No.
You've proven that gout can hit anybody at any sort of social standing, both rich and poor.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm in a very low demographic. I have a terrible credit score.
Horrible.
I'm still borrowing money from my parents.
All the time.
I don't pay for anything around here.
God knows that's true.
You know, but hold on. But at the same time, you know I've offered. But it's like...
It's a shitty offer.
It's a shitty offer. It's one of those offers where you're hoping the guy doesn't take you up on it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll be like, Mitch, let me pay for this. No, Dimitri, don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's why I don't even bother.
Like if you come at me with
the shitty ask. It's the shitty ask. You know, speaking of shitty asks, speaking of just shit in general, podcast number 09, welcome. What the hell happened yesterday? Can we please get right to the topic? Let's get right to the news here. What happened yesterday?
Now, in terms of yesterday, let's clarify one thing, because we did warn everyone, but we're recording a day early. It's Monday today.
True.
What Mitch is referring to is the Grey Cup debacle.
Wow.
What was that, man?
It was, it's been the talk of the town. It doesn't matter if you're a sports fan. It doesn't matter if you're a big Stamps fan. It doesn't even matter if you're one of the 5 Argo fans that is probably, you know, walking down the street at Yonge Street trying to take over the city.
Absolutely.
Can I
start with something though before because you're fired up about this. We've been talking the last 24 hours, and you're just ready.
I'm ready
to unleash. Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It's like. You know, it's like the Royal Rumble. You know, like you're the next contestant and you just can't wait for the countdown because you think you're going to get in there and just topple everyone over the rope. Sure. And probably that's what you should do to both these teams. But I do want to say one thing. The semifinals and the final, all the games came down to the last couple drives, last 2 possessions for each team. In that sense, on a positive note, pretty incredible that you can still have that type of excitement in a game. But... and I'll let you take it from here.
I'm just gonna say this. We won't sit on it too long. But
the Stamps didn't.
But yeah, no doubt. You know what? You said it the best. Last week and the week before, the playoffs in the CFL have been fantastic. I have to give them a lot of props. Great acknowledgement of the product. I think the CFL football was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. Very entertaining. Yeah. The second thing I'll say is props to these. You know what? The one thing I'll say about CFL, I will say this. I love that they played in the snow. I love it.
Me too.
I love it because, in all honesty, not just because that's what people think is Canadian. It's because, you know what? This is the championship game. Football is a game that's played during the fall and the winter. And you know what? Yeah, it might snow. It might rain. It might be windy out.
You can't take anything for granted.
I don't like this neutral site. Oh, it's got to be in California, and the NFL has always the neutral and the nice sites and all the good weather. I love that it was in the sleet. So if Shania Twain can perform that amazing at halftime, then there's no excuse that those guys cannot go out and play all day long.
Because I'll tell you what, that impresses me much.
That was not set up. That was actually pretty good.
I got good stuff from time to time.
Now, you know who the number one gangster in the world is? We've always talked about this. And if you don't know, I'm about to tell you. It's Karma. Karma is the number one gangster. And to the Stamps, it came back and bit you. Last week, you got lucky with the Eskimos deciding to kick a field goal rather than go for the touchdown.
Absolutely.
And that bit the Eskimos in the ass.
Yes.
This week, you guys, I really don't know what happened there. Like, the fumble, that can happen. The weather, the elements, all those little things that happen. But that throw at the end was just such bad play calling. If you're a football fan of any kind, arena football, CFL, high school football, I don't care what you are.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows that you set up for the field goal. I'm not saying kick the field goal on first down, obviously. No one's going to do that.
Yep.
But that ball, you throw to the end zone and you throw to the deep end and you make your guys catch it, double cover.
Well, I got to credit the safety there because actually, if you know, he had both receivers coming in the end zone.
Yeah.
So credit to him for picking. He moved fast enough, and ultimately he was the one who made the play. You're right, Mitch. The fumble does happen. Mm-hmm. Sorry to cut you off, but the fumble does happen. I know that the ball's cold, the weather. It could be a lot of other things. But anyways, first of all, it happened at their yard line. Where was any one of the defense in that muffle play to at least stop them?
Yeah, nowhere.
Okay, so they score it.
Then they had to get the 2-point conversion.
They had to get the 2-point conversion. That happened. But the Stamps still had a possession
That's
driving.
right.
Make a statement.
Right.
Make a statement right
well,
there.
Well, they did. But listen, where I'll correct you a little bit is they move the ball, they score the touchdown, they go for the 2. So a lot of things had to happen, right? They get the 2-point conversion. Now the game's tied. Stamps get the ball back. They give it back to Toronto. Toronto moves up the ball. P.S. Let's talk about the 2 quarterbacks. Only in the CFL are you going to get a quarterback named Ricky Ray versus Bo Levi Mitchell. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That sounds like the sequel to The Water Boy.
Where else are you going to find 2 born-bred Texans playing in the finals of the Canadian Football League?
Ricky Ray and Bo Levi.
I would have loved. They needed to have a representative from Alabama or Tennessee or Arkansas up there going, boy, what happened up there, boy?
Who messaged us on our social media? Was it your brothers who called him No Levi Mitchell?
No Levi Mitchell. Oh. Yeah, you know what? My brother comes up with some good ones.
That's a bigger burn than herpes.
You would know.
No, I wouldn't. No. But that one at least.
Yeah, exactly. So they score the 2-point. That they get that. Yeah. Stamps mess up. They have to punt the ball. So Toronto moves the ball down again. And they set it up nice and easy. Toronto, you know what I liked about Toronto? Toronto knew they were dating an 8. They were dating a 6. You know what I mean? They knew they couldn't scare a touchdown. They're like, hey, we got the ball back. We're about to win this. This is weird. Even when they caught the interception in the end, did you see their celebration? No one could believe it.
It was a little awkward, yeah.
The 2 fans that came from Toronto out of the 10 that made the trek to Ottawa couldn't believe they won it either.
First of all, I'm going to go on the play. I'll disagree with you just a touch. I don't think the problem was the play. Okay. I think the play call was okay. You're down there because I believe it was still that was second and wasn't or no that was first. Yeah, it was 1st and 10. You're right because the what's his face? He caught it. He caught that beautiful catch by the way.
Great catch.
Yeah. He fucked up the first one, which was the easy target.
I like the fact that it went right back to the second
one. He went back. He's like, give it to me again. Yeah. Now I'll do it this time.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, credit there. So, yeah, it's 1st and 10. I didn't mind the throw in the end zone. Why not go for it, take the lead?
I agree with you.
Here, it's all on Bo Levi Mitchell. Because you don't throw, you throw that to go out of bounds ultimately.
That's what I'm saying.
That's an out of bounds throw. You don't throw it on the inside.
Everybody knows that. That's what I'm saying. If you're a fan of football, that pass was horrendous.
And if anyone tries to argue, leave him alone. No, you're a professional athlete. Right. You do that, okay? Right, Just like at Alchemy Studios here. They're professional musicians.
Professionals.
They don't fuck up a G or a C sharp.
Not at all.
No, not here.
Not here. You know when there's a G and a C. You know the difference.
Absolutely.
You don't call a G when you know it's got to be a C.
Right? What is this? Right? This isn't Treehouse.
What is this? Amateur hour?
What is it? A cup at the Apollo? What are we doing here? You know what else with the CFL before we move on?
Yeah.
Always. It's a Grey Cup between Winnipeg and Calgary in Ottawa. Yeah. And there's 2 Saskatchewan fans that are taking a photo with Trustman.
You got to give them a little bit of the props. Those Saskatchewan fans, man, they're true fans. They got nothing else going, man.
Yeah,
what
that's
else they
true.
got going?
Regina Pats, I think.
And, they got the Pats or the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Ooh, yeah. Actually, quirky fact about Moose Jaw. Did you know that Al Capone used Moose Jaw as part of his bootlegging rig?
I did. In fact, one of our good friends in our communities has a street named after the Kangley's family. They have a street named
after themselves.
I guess their great grandpa was somehow like part of that organization or something. I'm like totally making up a story now.
Are you reporting fake news?
I'm not, but it's like the story's kind of similar there.
Then it's good enough.
It's good enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm probably gonna get beaten up by George right now.
Yeah, I think in my teens I actually hooked up with a moose jaw.
Yes.
We all did. That'll take, just so you know, that's a joke that'll reference our topic of the day.
Right, exactly. Now, over the social media sites the last couple of days, you started off a discussion page, which I love, by the way, and I never got a chance to say Great idea.
Thank you very much.
Great idea.
Thank you. And I did that with my good arm.
And yeah, because what would you be? How amazing would you be with 2 good arms?
Could you imagine a Dimitri with 2 functioning arms right now?
Right now, you look like a broken Tyrannosaurus. Like you have the one arm that's kind of
Was it about as broken as you trying to say the word Tyrannosaurus?
Buddy, I haven't said that word since grade 4.
I bet you $5 you can't spell it.
Tyrannass.
Oh, you're done, man. That's not even close. You guys are witnesses. He owes me a $5 bill. Actually, keep the 5. You've lost more followers
each week, eh?
Each week, just plummeting. Well, yes, I did, and so we started a discussion page. So for all the listeners out there, we have the Real Locker Room Talk Facebook page that you can like and follow, of course, but. We created a discussions group, and what we want out of this discussions group, let us know your topics, let us know your thoughts, what we talk about on the show, what maybe you want us to talk about on the show.
Absolutely.
And we have a listener, and this guy might be our number 1 fan right now. I got to plug him because Yerasimos, or G. Okay, the guy retweets everything.
I call him G-Money in my...
Is he
when
G-Money?
I'm by myself, I'm like, G-Money did it again.
Do we just call him G-Money?
I call him G-Money.
Can I call him G-Money?
No. You've been stealing a lot of my little things, and I would prefer that you don't.
I steal your bits?
You don't steal my bits?
I don't steal your bits.
You don't steal my bits.
I steal other people's
Let me look at your
bits.
piece of paper. I'll bet you've been writing shit down.
I created this damn letterhead, just so you know.
We digress. Go back to G-Money.
But G-Money, yeah. Okay, come on, man.
All right,
let me have it.
Fine,
it's for him anyways. It's not for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, anyways.
I'm not going to be selfish.
So G-Money,
Yeah.
love the guy. He retweets everything. He shares everything. He's very interactive, and we love it. And he's got his own show, too. And I want to plug it. I want to help him out. For even you guys here, if you guys like movies, like he does video games, movies, a lot of like the Marvel, Disney, that kind of genre. But he'll do everything. So he does a nice little recap show on YouTube. He does have a podcast, but it's actually very good. It's actually really, really good. So you can follow it. It's called The F Word, but he's at the F Words G. That's the handle. But if you look for The F Word, it's a circle logo with an EF in there.
I saw his YouTube video, something about the trailer for the Avengers or something.
He did one for the Avengers, and Justice League as well.
That's one, the Justice League. And I haven't seen the trailer. But somebody brought it up at work the other day.
Yeah.
And I said how much it sucked just because of his reaction. So I took his advice.
He's spot on, man.
And I said, you know what? It sucks.
Yeah, no, he's spot on.
They're like, you seen it? I'm like, what?
Well, I like his...
I basically avoided the question.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to look like you haven't seen it. I like his takes, Mitch. He looks at it in a reasonable eye, right? He's a super fan, but he's not a dork, right?
No,
like,
no,
I like Marvel. Everything rules.
Yeah.
Not him. Not him.
No.
Not G-Money.
Not G-Money.
But he brought up a topic, and we want to bring it up. And he said, guys, can we talk about sports guys that date women and then their careers get destroyed after that? And who has suffered the biggest tragedy?
I liked his answer, though. I liked his answer.
What was, I
because
forget, what was his?
The obvious answer were the Kardashians, which they are 100% the killers of all sports. In fact, their own father said, hey, being a woman Kardashian is actually pretty beneficial.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this out.
Yeah.
Right?
Look, one of them became a crackhead.
Right.
One of them's a woman now.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
But they have the world at their fingertips.
And people are still going back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. It's not like it's over.
No, and they'll always control. Always control.
Like Jessica Simpson and Romo, for example.
That's the one he brought up.
Yeah. And, is that the one?
That's one he brought up.
Oh, he brought up.
Yeah,
okay. I thought he brought up Tiger Woods.
No, he brought up that one. And I love that one because he's right. Ever since he dated Jessica Simpson, his career went sideways.
I'll tell you what else is going to go sideways.
What's that?
When I meet him for the first time.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you, has he messaged or any of our message boards? Does he want to fight or what?
Tony Romo is a big man when he's covering the game of football on his beautiful network.
He's so good.
I got to give him credit. He's actually, I like listening to him.
I kind of like it too.
Why are you? Why are you being so creepy?
Because I want you to fight him.
He's not
because I want to see you
Costa.
get the shit beat out of you.
Oh man, that bell, Jeff, is the only thing that'll save that punk Romo. Okay, Because I'll tell you right now.
From murder charges.
And when I meet him, and Tony Romo, one day you will listen. You hack. You no good for nothing.
That's right.
Dak Prescott couldn't have come 5 years earlier for Dimitri.
That's right.
Romo, I'm getting you.
How happy is he right now?
Oh, buddy.
Because of Dak struggling. He's loving it. He's like, oh, you don't have a running back anymore. Oh,
it's not so hard.
Not so easy, isn't it, buddy? Not so easy.
Whatever. I'm still on Team Dak. Fuck you, Romo. But meet me on the street.
And like I said, I'll tag with you when Joe Buck.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Was the Buck?
Yeah, no,
What's
the Buck knows.
doing?
The Buck knows. I've been training pretty hard, and the Buck knows not to get involved.
He hasn't.
He has
not a tweet.
At 5'11", I will tower over him and pound him into the ground. I will pound that pussy.
Mitch, I'm on you. I'm on top of. I'm with you on that. But you can't stand on stuff when you're fighting someone.
No, yeah, I'm gonna stand on his head. I'm gonna stand on his head.
Then maybe you'll be 5'11".
No, man. Why is it each week we argue about something that's on here?
The Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild. Sorry,
Buddy,
did anyone
I don't know
see
what
Mitch's
you're talking
cameo?
about.
Mitch did a cameo in The Wizard of Oz. And just guess
That's
who
awesome.
he played. Guess who he
That's
played.
awesome. I love it. Your hair looks much better today, just so you know. Look, you can tell your arm's getting a little bit better because you don't look as altar boyish.
I can actually shampoo my hair.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
hilarious.
That's nice.
But who do you think? Okay, Kardashians obviously take the cake. They do. They've ruined so many people. They're like the island of harpies, and guys are coming back. But let's do the fair comparison. If you had to pick Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson, or Tiger Woods and the nanny, I don't even know her name. I don't even remember her name.
I don't think the nanny had anything to do with it. The nanny, he was married to the nanny. The nanny caught him cheating, and she broke his face. That's different. That's different than dating. You know. Oh, you know what? Now that I see where you're going with it. Okay, wait a minute. You're saying that once he kind of committed and became involved.
Yes.
Oh, then for sure, 100%. Unfortunately, it's like it sucks because the guy got married, had kids, and that ruined his career somehow. Like, but banging Perkins waitresses didn't wreck anything. That's weird.
The Perkins waitresses helped. We talked about this. He's got to get back on.
So I got to say that commitment. Tiger Woods' career was destroyed because of commitment.
Yeah, and I would honestly, I would have to agree with that because at least Romo had some bounce back seasons after Jessica Simpson, so the curse was kind of lifted.
That's right.
Woods has been on a steady decline, but he's in a tournament right now. Actually, he said he's feeling pretty good, but he's not winning nothing again, Mitch. Hey,
buddy, I think you know what's funny? I think the world is actually cheering for the guy because he was so high up. Yeah, he fucked up. Who hasn't? Whatever. Blah blah blah. And you kind of want, like, America wants to give, it's the land of second chances, right? Yeah. At the same time, I'm kind of on a roll of watching him fall over, and I think more people want it. I hate to say it, the world wants to see him like basically.
He should just go Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Like, just start swearing at the ball, beat up Bob Barker. You know, when it's going downhill, just promote yourself in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, he is.
Become OJ. He's the new OJ. He's the new OJ.
Just maybe. Stay away from a couple pieces of weaponry. But.
Speaking of fighting, what's up with Crabtree and Talib yesterday?
Oh my God, man! Over the chains,
dude. Well, you know what? I've heard this, and on one thing, why are they wearing chains on the football field? Like, I don't understand what that's about. I don't understand it.
Is it that important?
Well, dude, like, what if? Let's say no one's let's say they didn't get into the fight and it just came loose on a play. Like, now you got the whole teams looking for your chain in the middle of the field. It's ridiculous.
You're calling a timeout.
Just leave it in your locker room,
guys.
Man.
It's rose gold, okay? It's a Figaro link, and it has
My
a log.
My grandma gave it to me. It means the world to me.
Can we just? I saw it at the 35-yard line. Just everyone, just pick a section. Let's comb.
Can you imagine, like, some of the D linemen are coming over? They're like, where do you think you lost it? Oh, I don't know, like the 40 maybe?
And then the stupid question, do you remember where you left it last? No, you fucking retard. I don't remember where I left it last. That's where I lost it.
That's exactly. So I got a good one for you. So the fight now. What did you think of the fight? Who won that fight?
Look, I did I don't know how else people are viewing this, but I saw it in a different way. And I actually broke down the fight analysis here. And here's a couple things I noticed. Number one, Marv Albert, he's on top of play calling.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's got to get more involved in the boxing. He was doing the PBC, NBC boxing, Premier Boxing Champions. But he's got to get back in on, like, HBO or something, because this guy can call a fight.
Right.
Like, he literally went from the play and he's like, oh, look over here. Like, he got me excited from the bell. Couple things I noticed. I was really impressed with Crabtree's footwork.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good on his feet. He used his pivots well.
Nice.
He slipped the first punch from Talib.
Yeah.
And, and he kind of countered and grabbed the mask. Now, he missed on the right hand.
So they're punching each other with the masks on.
Crabtree had the mask off. Talib had the mask on.
Right.
And he went with the right hand. And Talib dodged it. Nice, good evade move. But what I liked was Crabtree didn't overcommit on the punch, and he was able to get back in position. Talib, I think, has got to work on his jab.
Yeah.
He's got this really kind of rainbow up scooping. If he would have went straight forward, probably could have hit Crabtree in the nose, from there. But I have a big issue with other than that, right? With what happened in the fight. Talib and Crabtree, same stature, same kind of size.
Right.
Okay? They're about in the same weight class.
I would say so.
So the fights are happening. What the heck are the linebackers doing running in there, trying to help and break it up? It should be schoolyard rules.
Schoolyard rules.
When you got in a fight, we crowded around so the principal or the teacher could not see you fight, and you went in the back of the field.
That's right.
Did they not go to the back of the field in the end zone?
They did.
Make the circle, linebackers.
Yep.
Make sure the refs
Don't
aren't watching.
get the refs out of there.
Get a couple punches.
Absolutely.
And when the refs come back,
let the men settle it.
And ask you what happened.
Yep.
I didn't see anything. We were looking for his chain.
What are you talking about?
We're looking for his chain.
I don't know. There was something in his eye.
Like, do we not learn this, Mitch?
Yeah, it is weird, man. I don't.
So, anyways, that's how I
agree.
saw it.
You know what? I didn't. I saw some highlights of it. I didn't see how it all started. All I know is it was over a chain.
Yeah.
And it just makes you wonder, like, what the hell are these? Like, is he? If I'm the Talib guy, right? Mm-hmm. Is he doing it on purpose? I think he is. He sees the chain. He's like, I'm just gonna rip it off. He's just being a dick, and he's just ripping it off. But you know what? Crabtree knows better. Like, why wear a chain onto the field? It just makes no sense. I don't get it. Now I got a wicked one for you.
Yeah,
I
please.
listened to this one right before I got here.
Okay.
TMZ reported that a defensive lineman, I couldn't get it. I can't remember his first name. Last name Cox on Philadelphia. I know this is actually even more weird where I'm about to go with the story.
So hold on. You know what? Just go ahead.
COX.
I'm done.
So Cox he meets this girl at a bar somewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
Starts kind of taking picture of his junk, sending it to her.
So
they're having some
Cox
extra
is taking pictures of his
junk. Yeah. Cox is taking pictures of his cocks.
There's
right?
a lot of cocks going on in your story.
But listen. He sends the picture to this girl having some extramarital affairs. The husband of the girl finds out.
Oh, whoa,
breaks up with the girl. She's like,
whoa.
I'm in love with him. And in the text messages, along with his junk, he's like, I want you to have my children. He's writing all this stuff to her, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, the husband finds out their relationship's over. He's suing the NFL and this dude for the loss of the relationship. I swear you not.
He's suing the NFL.
Well, he's suing the NFL to get to this guy. What happens if this guy wins? If this guy wins, this will revolutionize sports where athletes can't bang girls.
Oh, no. That'll ruin our poll questions.
It's going to really ruin our poll question. So hopefully this Jagoff who lost his girl doesn't like wreck the world.
Cox, junk, and Jagoff have been in your vocabulary in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Just saying.
I'm trying to be politically correct.
Fair enough. It's kind of getting me hot, that's all.
But even more breaking than that, and we are crazy today.
Mitch, let me introduce this one?
Yes, please.
Because I'm intrigued. You know, Mitch does work outside of work for this podcast.
All the time.
And you've been leaving me in suspense all weekend.
Yeah.
All freaking weekend. And you got some big news.
News.
All you said is I got big news.
Big news.
It involves the reason why a certain team might be slumping.
The Oilers.
And you won't tell me who. You won't tell me why. You won't tell me how. None of it.
So this is legit. This is breaking news. Do we have a clip for anything?
Yeah,
breaking
is there
news?
like
something? Anything?
No,
nice.
that's. Do we got?
Well, I like that. That was okay.
Yeah, but that's the money.
That's the intro.
That's my music. I don't want No.
But this is better than your shit. Thank you. We are here to report. I have inside information of why the Oilers have been sucking this year.
Oh, no.
There is turmoil in the locker room.
What?
So if for all the Calgarians here, we have heard the rumors where a couple years ago there was a turmoil. Somebody was having some affairs with another player's wife
I
or something
believe
like that.
it was Dion Phaneuf was banging Glenn Conroy's.
That's what people are saying.
That's what they were saying.
A lot of people, like, somebody knows somebody saying, no, that's not real. That's not real. I have it to be known. Now, I thought about this long and hard. Off the show,
okay.
I'll tell you, I'll tell Zach, I'll tell Jeff. I'm not going to say the name. I'll tell you why.
No,
I
Mitch.
won't say the name. I'm just going to say,
Why?
just listen. I'm not going to say the name because obviously, if we don't have the exact information, if I had a picture, I would tell everyone right now. You know me. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't start rumors.
Wow.
You know I don't start rumors. I'm not a rumor starter.
I'm a rumor guy.
You're a rumor guy.
I'm a rumor guy.
You know I love the rumors. You know I love the rumors. But this is coming from a really good source.
Oh, I don't want the source's name.
I know. No, I'm not going to say the source. You can't. Like,
can't
I'm not
say
a
the
news
source.
guy. We can't say
What
the
is this,
source.
WikiLeaks?
But I'm going to tell you this. There is a superstar in Edmonton that is fooling around and got caught playing with a defenseman's girl, and this certain defenseman beat the crap out of the guy. In fact, I heard he pushed him down not a flight of stairs, but some stairs, which is why he had a little bit of a concussion, and some people couldn't figure out how this player got a concussion or anything like that. And it has divided the room apart.
Really?
And when you really think about it, it makes all the sense in the world. Because look, the Oilers are a superstar team. They got a great set of players.
Somebody
got a little outside of their situation, let's say.
Who's to blame here on this one?
That's kind of where I want to take this question before we get to the topic of the week.
Yeah.
Is what do you do? So you got a superstar, and this has happened a lot in sports.
Yes, it does. It happens a lot. More than we think.
And the superstar seems to always get kind of the benefit of the doubt. It's not your fault. You're amazing. You're the greatest person in the world. You make more money than the other guy. Of course, you couldn't help yourself. You know what I mean? But I think what I'm trying to get at is...
I can't think of who got a concussion. Why am I drawing a blank?
You know what? I gave you guys a little bit of a bit. I'll tell you after. But I'm telling you right now, this is what I've heard. This is why I've heard they're all fighting, and it's like a crazy divide in the room. In fact, the divide is so big that in a lot of ways, the superstar guy can't really do anything because he knows he's in the wrong. Who's going to back this guy up except for management? That's the last guy you need because the management doesn't play on the ice.
Really?
Do you see what I'm saying here?
Fucking puck bunnies, man.
Man.
So
that's the next question. Do you blame the guy? Do you blame the girl? Do you blame them both? And do you trade the superstar? Do you trade the other guy?
Okay, I'll tell you.
But you trade the other guy. Hold on. You trade the other guy. This guy's still a scumbag, right?
He's still a scumbag. You're right.
So what do you do?
He might do it again. He's a predator.
He's a predator.
That's what it is.
He can't keep his hands to himself.
They call him predators. And now you know why we love coming here.
That's exactly it.
Look, I'll be honest. God, you know what? Naturally, I want to say, does this person wear a C or an A on the team?
I will not divulge that information because I don't know. I didn't.
No, you know what? It's the guy's fault in this case.
Of course, it's the guy's fault.
It's the player's fault
100%.
because even if his wife is a fucking whore,
yeah,
okay.
I don't think he's married to the girl, by the way.
Oh, okay. Even if the girlfriend is just looking to take over the stick boy position, on the team, that guy should have the class and say, you know what? Sorry, not on my watch.
Yeah,
she is what she is. He should be if he's a leader, you say, because if he's a superstar, he's obviously a leader. He's got to be reporting that and be like, "Yo, man, you got to ditch this one over here. Like
exactly.
This one's no good because she's gonna,
out of just pure fear, the other guy, the guy that did the deed, should have been like, you know what? The other guy is quite large. No thanks. No, thank you. You're not worth it." You're pretty hot, but I'll get two of you. I'll find two of equal value.
Is it McDavid?
I'm not saying anything. I won't say. I'll say no. It's not him, but it's
not him. Oh, so it's Drysdale.
Well, we don't know. We don't know who. There's a lot of superstars on that team.
Well,
there it is. But speaking of that, let's segue into the topic of the week. Let's talk about the best. How do you want to title this?
How do you want to? Yeah, I think. You know what?
Because
we got to actually, wasn't this brought up from one of our listeners? Wasn't this brought up by Harry? Wasn't it a conversation?
Well, me and Harry were having a talk about
the two of you had, and then it evolved into it.
That's true.
And it was it was who is the best wingman? Oh no, hold on a sec.
Best duo.
I know how this got brought up.
That's right.
Oh, no. Backtrack. Boys, you're going to want to listen to this one. So remember when I posted the video on Instagram? Remember when I'm like, this is a face of a guy who just got in a fight with his girlfriend. Okay. So he's like, don't put it on Facebook, man. She's going to find out it's just not going to be good. I didn't. She caught him, which you should never, ever do that.
I'm sorry, baby.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But anyhow, so listen to what happens. We're driving home. And usually on the way home, we talk again. We kind of do a little recap, what happened. And he's like, Mitch goes, look, guys, I'll phone you back in 5 minutes. I go, no problem. Well, I was keeping count on the clock. And I'm like, if this guy doesn't phone me back in 7 minutes, I got to put the call in.
He's got to put the
because
call in. Come save me.
I got to save him. That is just not a good thing that's going to happen.
That's right.
So at the 7-minute mark, Mitch phones me, and I'm like, dude, I was about to phone you. I know when to save someone, but it turned out that you didn't need saving.
It may seem like we hate each other, which 90% of the time we do.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But we're still a good team.
Yeah.
We're a good duo.
We're a good duo.
And that's the topic of the week.
And then we talked about how Pete Argyris is a terrible wing person.
Horrible wing person.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, I don't think he understands. See, and that's what it was. Like, a wingman is someone that supports you, during a time.
Right.
But reciprocates at the same time.
Absolutely.
Right? That's what makes a good duo.
That's right.
Wingman. When Batman couldn't fight crime, Robin's like, hey, man, I got a utility belt too.
Yeah, I got one. I'm going to come in and fight.
Yeah, I'll strap up my...
I'm not very tough, but I'm coming in.
But
I'm going to back you up.
I'm cunning.
Yeah.
I have a wit.
I have wit.
Yeah.
I've got something to offer you.
So that's where it came up. Who is the greatest duo wingman of all time? And I'll let you start.
So I love this question because you start thinking, you're like, what? You take it to a whole different...
There's a lot of great ones, Mitch, that's why.
So most people, the minute you say duos or you say tag team or you say anything, what's the first one that comes to mind? It's not even a sports one. It's Maverick and Goose. Who doesn't think that?
The greatest duo ever.
Now that is over here.
We're
not going to talk about movies and stuff, but
let's talk about their accolades.
That's what we want. That's what we're trying to get at.
Beach volleyball champions.
Who, them two?
Maverick and Goose.
Of course you're going to be a champion when you can play volleyball in jeans.
Come up with one of the greatest high fives of all time. Remember, they went up top, back door.
Back door, yeah.
Now, they know how to play the piano and swoo a bar.
Beautiful.
Tag team duo right there.
Kill Russians.
Up in the air. Come on.
Dogfight.
Huge dogfights.
Kill them.
And I'll tell you what.
Even when Goose was dead, he was motivating Maverick.
If Goose was still alive, they wouldn't even need to make a Top Gun 2. The story's over. You can't compete. So we know this.
So this is what we're trying to get at from a sports point of view. Who is the best duo of all time? Believe it or not, I pulled it up because I need to refresh my memory of who the best.
Right.
The answer to this question is very simple. I looked at it from one way and one way only. Who played the best together, but championships.
Sure.
At the end of the day, it comes down to Gretzky and Messier versus Jordan and Pippen.
Oh my God!
I'm
curious to see who you're gonna pick.
I'm gonna go with and to be honest, there's only one reason why. It's because it just went on a little bit longer. I'm going with Jordan and Pippen.
Really?
Yeah, because 6 straight championships.
Yep.
Both of them are Hall of Famers.
Yep.
And one is the all-time greatest. Gretzky, all-time greatest. You got Moose.
Sure.
But the one thing I don't know if a lot of people know this. I did a little research, like I said. The Oilers won in 9 years of being together. That team together, 4 Stanley Cups. Right? They won 5, but 4 as a Gretzky and Messier unit. So I have to say, I'm sorry, Zach. I'm sorry, man. I know he looks pissed. Like he is mad.
He's honestly going to put you in the figure 4 leg lock.
He'll have his time next week. Next week you have your time, Zach, straight up. But you can't go against the numbers. 6 straight, buddy. 6 straight.
Zach, just do your squats because you're going to have to bend down to hit him. He's got a low center of gravity.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's awesome. That's great. But right after that, we're gonna go to the church and we're gonna pray with Dimitri because you know what? I support his part-time gig of being an altar boy, and I think it's fantastic.
You better worry about an altercation.
Well, for what? From what?
See
with
what
one
I did? Honestly, I could. Yeah, you know what? You're right. This isn't the time. For me
But you
to
know
be
who
fighting.
came second? That was second. But you know who came up there? And because you brought it up in the past. Believe it or not, Michael Phelps and Ryan Locky, the swimmers, between the two of them, over 3 years, 33 gold medals between the two of them.
Both of them combined.
22 by Phelps, 11 by Locky.
Really?
Pretty crazy when you really look at, like, think about it. These guys are in the water, and you're like, nah, forget it. Like, you had to have been a submarine to win.
Well, that's why he, for me, going back to that episode, Phelps was my dominant guy, because when he was there, he did not lose. True. Everyone knew, you know what? It would be almost a miracle for me to win. Like, that was sheer dominance. The fear was... I'll tell you what, it's funny because you broke it down with the two, and I had it down to 3, then 2.
Yeah.
The third one that I had on the list was Montana Rice.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they eclipsed what Pippen, Jordan, Gretzky, Messier did. So it was down to those two, and I'm like, I hope we don't have the same pick because it'd be weird for the show. But if it's that way, it's that way. But I have actually Gretzky and Messier as my duo, my wingman and everything. My reasoning for that, see, because I like Zach, Mitch. But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you where it came down.
It was a hard pick.
No, it is a hard pick, and I can appreciate the 6 championships and what they did. They did have a superstar team, and so did the Oilers outside of the 2. But here's what I look at it. These 2 guys, Gretzky is the greatest to play the game in hockey. Points-wise, he's got 2,800. Like, he's the points leaders.
Yep.
Up until recently, I think last year when Yager surpassed Messier, we're talking that these 2 guys in their respective sports are number 1 and number 2 in points. They are not only the top 2 duo that won cups together, but they are the top 2 athletes point-wise in their sport. So they're 1 and 2 in different areas. They won Stanley Cups together. They were also able to go to different teams. Now, Gretzky didn't win with the Kings, but Messier was able to win with the Rangers.
True.
So, but they were true wingmen to each other. And absolutely. Jordan, there's always arguments like, Pippen was better than Jordan, but come on, okay? I'm not into that. It was Jordan, and number 2 was Pippen. With Gretzky and Messier, there is a solid argument that they're 1 and 1. Right. At any given time, one. So that's what what broke it down for me, because Montana Rice, Brady Gronkowski, it was always one guy was really, really dominant. Mm-hmm. And the other person was a byproduct of it.
Right.
Whereas here, I think they were both dominant together, and they rewarded themselves for it.
See, I look at it as one guy. I like what you came up with, and I like what you're saying. But that's the reason I picked Jordan and Pippen. Jordan, everyone knew, was the go-to. Pippen was his Robin to his Batman. Mm-hmm. You need the guy to be a little bit of a subordinate.
Sure. Because
when you got 2, and in the case with Gretzky and Messier, because they're both elite superstars, they understood each other. And I think Messier was the guy that just said, hey, you know what? No problem, Gretz. You take over when you need to take over. And that's probably, to your point, I'll say that's a good pick, and they understood each other.
Yeah.
When you got what's going on in the NBA now, where all these egos are getting involved, and there's too many superstars on a team, I think that can hurt you. So that's why I like Jordan. Everyone knew Jordan. Pippen is like B, and he's going to be a B, but he's an A on every other team.
Yeah,
right?
For
you know
sure.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I like, but good picks. I like that.
Yeah, we're both on the same page. Is one right over the other? I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I think there's
mine makes more sense. Yes, one is over the other.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this week in the NFL, we before we get to the picks, before we get to whatever is happening here, last week I mentioned how every week, and especially now it's happening because we're in the last month.
That's right.
Right? Again, it's happened. The Chiefs are falling hard, so everyone's off the Chief bandwagon. They're running, trying to find the Philadelphia bandwagon to jump on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's running over to the Patriots one as well. Some people are jumping back onto the Bills, thinking they're gonna like maybe make a move into the playoffs or something.
Is that where you stand?
No, not at all. And then there's the guys that are like running over to Atlanta all of a sudden again.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And like I said last week, I love the fact that this is like literally. I encourage everyone, watch as much sports and NFL analysis and everything you will see week to week. And I'm really hoping like Philly loses this week, not because I want to see them lose, or Minnesota because I want to see the debacle that'll happen. It's like the crash.
Are they the team?
Like the stock market's crashing. Oh my God!
What happened?
What's going on? Well, we're taking the Argonauts. Argonauts are going to win. And by the way, about CFL, one last thing. Mark Trestman, coach of the Argonauts, 9-9 record, coach of the year. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey.
So I was talking to this guy at my bar, props out to my buddy Byron. We were sitting next to each other watching the game yesterday, and he said, and I go to him, can you believe this? The guy won the coach of the year. He's 9-9. He goes, well, Dickinson won last year. I'm like, yeah, so? What does that have to do with anything?
That's the most immature answer ever.
Well, we're Canadian. We like to pass it along.
Can't you believe it 9-9? Well, Dickinson won it last year. Yeah, well, you smell. Like,
Now, take a look at this. Do you see this? Do you see this?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
What is that?
That is my creepy smile. Do you know why I have a creepy smile? Because I finally took initiative and said, you know what? I'm getting back on the bookie train.
Oh,
yeah, that's
what?
right. I
Are
got
you
back on the bookie train. You know why?
Did you take action this weekend?
I took action this weekend. No, I didn't take action. I sent some action out. I called the book and I said, hey.
Oh, right. I guess you did.
I got to play something. I got to do something. I had the itch all week. So I did what every smoker like you, I mean, because you smoke so much, would remember that, you had to break the cold turkey. You had to get into it.
That's right, but I'm not starting smoking again. Is it this show? Is this show getting
this
you
show's
back?
getting me. I'm not joking. It totally is.
I'm going to be a bad influence.
So,
that's what people are going to say.
Won a couple $100.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
And it was basically, I felt like I was taking baby.
Do I still owe you for studio time?
Oh yeah,
then?
100%.
Oh,
I felt like I was taking candy from a baby.
That's awesome.
Who doesn't take the over in New Orleans and LA Rams? Who doesn't take the over?
Who doesn't? Come on.
That's literally
Look how
like
happy you are.
stealing. That's the creepy smile.
Yeah.
That's the creepy smile.
Okay, I get it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, that's action.
You know what this
style.
means? Next week I'm going to be down $20,000. That's what that means. All right, let's get to it. And one last thing, Goodell finalizing probably this week or the next.
What a genius.
$48.5 million extension, and he's going to get a jet out of it.
That's amazing.
That, my friends, is negotiation.
That guy's got to be negotiating the deals.
My dad would love this guy. You see him?
And the jet.
You see him? That's how you make money. That's how you make money. You're a bum. You work a bank with this guy. $48 million. Does nothing. What's he do?
He suspends Tom Brady. He suspends Ezekiel Elliott. Exactly. He suspends whoever the hell he wants on a jet.
On a jet.
Oh my God.
Hey Tom. Hey Roger, is this you? Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the air. You're fired. You can't fire me. All right, you're suspended then.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be hanging out with McMahon. That's his new circle
100%,
of friends.
100%. If he starts walking in like McMahon does into every stadium, how amazing would that be?
With that arm?
Yeah,
well,
that's what I mean.
I can't do it. I can't do it. But
you know why you can't do it? Because
What?
Gout has I'm so mad. I get so mad.
Fuck you, Gout. You must be so proud of yourself.
It's what it's done to you. It's just changed you. Okay, so because we're doing it on Monday, we literally don't know. The outcome right now is you're up 11 games to 10 going into tonight's. We both have a different pick. I got the Ravens. You have the Texans tonight. So if the Ravens pull it off, we'll be tied this week again. And if the Texans win, then you'll win 12 to 10. So we'll have to basically...
We'll post it. We'll post it. Post the results tonight.
Exactly. So let's start it up because we don't have all the time in the world.
No, we don't. We have too much
Jeff
fun
has been
now.
very, very tough on us with the time.
Yeah, fuck you, Jeff. We're going over. Lock the door. No, I'm just kidding. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
We have shots fired down in
Hi, 911.
Shots.
What is your emergency?
There, shots been fired.
All right, Thursday nighter is a good one. Redskins at the Cowboys.
Oh man, the Cowboys, they disappointed the ever-loving crap out of me, and I want to just pick the Redskins because of it, but I still think that they're going to win. I got the Cowboys. I know.
You know what? If I've learned anything, I just don't ride that train, man. I know why you want to do it. I get it.
Well, the Redskins aren't that great either.
They're not, but I'm going to just go with the Redskins on this
Dallas, if you disappoint me one more time, honest to God, I'm printing out a picture and I'm going to shit on the star.
That is
Okay?
aggressive.
Don't do it.
That is aggressive.
I'm fed up, Mitch.
Chiefs at the Jets. What happened to the Chiefs, man?
I got it. Hey, don't pick my money-making matchup because whoever did, you guys ain't making any money off my picks.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm taking the Chiefs still.
You're taking the Chiefs still.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
You know what? I'm going to take the Jets. I think there's something there. I think they're not going to win. Like, they're not making playoffs, but Pats at the Bills.
Patriots
right away.
Yeah. They're in form.
It's at the Bills.
And by the way,
it's at the Bills.
It doesn't matter where
it's at the Bills.
We established that they can play anywhere, even on the moon. Okay, They can play anywhere. But I'll tell you what, Martellus Bennett, you little hot shot.
Yeah.
You thought you could come to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's not working for me. I want to go back to New England.
How's that going, bud?
Oh, on the IR? Are you on the IR
you okay,
now?
bud?
What, you a little injured?
Loser.
Karma.
Broncos at the Cocaine Dolphins.
I think the Broncos are going to win this
I'm
one.
going Dolphins, man.
Again, as the season goes, the separation just...
It does. It's good. Here's the loser bowl, or for the first overall pick. Or no, actually, no, Cleveland's got that one. 49ers at the Bears.
I got that.
I don't know what that look is.
I don't know either. I'm taking the Bears at home.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah.
Lions at Ravens.
Ooh. Lions at Ravens. I'm gonna take the Lions on this one.
I'm going Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to sneak in somehow, man.
I was thinking that.
I don't know
That's why I paused.
Those guys are weird.
They are weird. They are.
Oh, Vikings at Falcons. Two teams I seriously hate.
The Vikings at the Falcons?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Falcons on this one.
Yep, so am I think we all know why I'm doing that. Bucks at the Packers. The Battle of the Bay, if you will.
Believe it or not, and I know Pittsburgh's inconsistent and, maybe Green Bay looked a little better than they should have, but I think I like the Packers on this one.
I do too.
Yeah.
Only because they're at home.
Yeah,
Texans at the Titans.
Interesting matchup.
So two big people, I suppose.
Yeah.
Big Texan versus a Titan.
Well, what would be scary is a Texan Titan.
That would be quite scary.
That's some real shit right there.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans at home. Ooh. That one's for you, Brendan.
I am as well going to take the Titans at home. Colts at the Jags.
I will take the Jaguars at home.
Wow.
Can you give me that one more time?
Wow.
See, we got to get that recorded on a soundbite.
I'm joining you on that, by the way. Browns at the Chargers.
I am going to take the Chargers.
I think we're both. You know what? I'm now on the train of watch. I hope the Browns lose every game.
Oh,
I don't want them to win.
I know we're on the train, but the Browns have been taking the train.
And
You know what
P.S.
I'm
Watch out
talking
for the
about.
Chargers, man. They might win their division.
Well, you know what? A couple key wins, and they're there.
Rams at Cardinals.
I like the Rams. I like the way they're playing.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that one. New York Giants at the Raiders. No chain for Crabtree. And actually, he'll probably get suspended for throwing punches.
I know Crabtree might get suspended. And Jeff, I'm going to need you on this. Because cue the music. Because Dimitri's taking Oakland as the money-making matchup.
I'll take the Giants.
Don't you ever laugh during my music again.
I couldn't help it.
Ever.
You know what? I actually like it when you introduce yourself. I actually think it's funny. Cue the music. Panthers at the Saints. I think this one's going to be an awesome battle to the end.
You know what? They're both 8-3.
Yeah.
This
is the Falcons are coming on.
This is a big game. I think the difference maker is going to be the Panthers defense here. So I'm going to take the Panthers. I know it's on the road.
Wow. That's like easy money. Thank you. I'll take the Saints. Eagles at the Seahawks.
Tricky game. You know what? I'm gonna take the Seahawks at home, handing the Eagles a loss here.
Wow. I'm going to take the Seahawks as well.
Well, you can't. What do you?
I have no choice.
No, you have no choice.
Yeah.
You can't take the Eagles. You said
I was
that.
going to do it. Well, who's going to hold me? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do
It'd
about
make you a fucking liar is what it would.
Whoop, that'd be called worse. Steelers at the Bengals.
You are worse. Steelers. No, Bengals. No, Steelers. See, no, it's Steelers.
Steelers?
I'm taking the Steelers, yeah.
And that is my, because I didn't do one last week.
No.
That's my five-star pick of the week. The Bengals are gonna win on Monday Night Football.
With my music? How dare you?
I like that, how the guitar does. That was awesome. Take it home and run with it, boys.
Boy, was that good.
Did you like that?
Fuck. You know what? You're really good with your... It worries me.
What's that?
Because now you've picked the 5-star. Mm-hmm. You have a great track record with it. Now I'm worried that the Bengals are going to win.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
There's worry there. It's kind of, when you have a good intro, it scares you, right? Like, remember we've talked about it before when boxers used to have those good intros.
Well, having a good intro is just a good way to start something.
Yeah, good point. Isn't that the truth? What's that like again?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I want to bring something up here. We did a poll question of the week last week, so I want to just bring up the results. And it was whether or not, because we talked about what's the hardest position. So I put up on the Instagram poll, is the quarterback the hardest position to play in sports?
Yeah.
I want this to come up in the discussion group because the results were great in the sense that 52% agreed that the quarterback was the hardest position, but it only won by one vote.
Really?
So it was a completely divided vote. But the thing is people weren't giving me the responses, or giving us, I should say, sorry, on Instagram. So I want this in the discussion group because I want to hear, like, one person, I believe Dimitra Fotopoulos, actually, she said NHL goalie. She replied back. And I want her to elaborate. Dimitra, if you could elaborate on that in the discussion group, it'd be great. And everyone else.
Tell us why the goalie's the best.
Is it water polo?
I was going to ask you, did anybody agree with
No,
water polo?
if anything, the feedback I got was, what's wrong with him? CrossFit, like, what is he? People are asking me if you're doing this on purpose. I'm like, no, he's just an idiot. Like, he's just a natural.
You know what? I dare anybody.
Run of the mill.
I dare anybody to try any of those sports. They're harder than they look. And anybody that actually doesn't play, if you could play water polo, just.
Right.
So tonight, let's say we leave here, even with your gimp arm and your gout arm. Fuck you, gout.
You know what?
If we could go grab a basketball, bounce it around, and you could throw it in a hoop. I dare you to try to get into the water and
when
try
my arm
to
heals,
do one lap
witness,
with a ball in your hand. And
when my arm heals, I am challenging you to a water polo game.
I would love it.
Me versus you.
Love it.
And I'll show you.
I don't think that's a sport made for one-on-one. Oh,
yes.
Money.
Jeff is videotaping.
Jeff's gonna videotape.
We're gonna have a referee.
One-on-one.
Speedos.
It's
or
you know how
shorts.
like in basketball
or
you play to seven.
Shorts.
It's Speedos, 100%.
Okay, Speedos.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it right.
Done.
It's just one-on-one.
And I'll
just
show
so
you how
like,
easy this is.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait for this to happen. I'm actually looking
Should we do
forward
a weigh-in? Like, we should make this a thing.
A weigh-in?
Yeah. When is that's it. We're gonna come up with an event date.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And it's it's gonna be a thing. We'll have it broadcast live.
I love it. So we're finishing up pretty soon here. Do we have anybody to thank for these wonderful coffees today?
No. We were on such a good run. We have no
nothing
Mitch,
today.
You know what? I gotta agree with you because a couple episodes, you shit on the fans a little bit, and you know what? Rightfully so. Do you guys not want this to continue? Do you want poor Mitch to pay for everything? And I'll be fine because I got the free ride. But for crying out loud, $20 a week, guys.
20.
People aren't jumping on this.
It went to 20.
Well, like Starbucks.
Is Jeff invoicing you again?
Well, I'm just saying, 24, anything. Something to help us out here.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so no, there's no sponsors. That's why, Mitch, you went back to the bookie.
Yeah, of course that's why
How
I went
else
back
are we
to the
supposed to make money? You
Buddy,
know?
I got a lot to pay for this month. I got a lot of things going on here, man.
And I see you paying for them, and I'm
There's
stressed
a lot
for you.
going on here, you guys.
Jeez, sponsor something. Don't you want your businesses? We are growing so much.
I don't want to say anything.
Up the prices.
I went and watched the CFL game yesterday at Bonacera, home of the 10-cent chicken wing, and I got to admit, packed.
Packed house.
Packed. But, a couple years ago, I don't remember being that busy, but it's kind of weird that little ironic that we have this podcast. We've named them a couple of times.
Did we not?
And
I think it
I'm
helped.
just saying.
But it's convenient when people don't track their real metrics. Because we're metrics guys.
We're metrics guys.
And let me tell you something else, how we're growing. Why
Sure.
Mitch, if I were to tell you that we've been downloaded in 2 new states in the United States of America, would you believe me?
I would believe you. And you know why? Because we are America's people. People in the States I could see just loving us. You and your altar boy look, your gimp arm, absolutely, they love us.
Absolutely. And they love us in states like Missouri and Oklahoma. Home of the Sooners, baby.
Home of the Sooners.
Right? We're there.
Missouri's the Tigers, just so you know.
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't know.
No, you didn't?
I'll be
The Mizzou.
The Mizzou.
Yeah. They like to be called the Mizzou.
Isn't that an instrument that goes?
That's a kazoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're Mizzou.
So was that from Kansas then?
No, Missouri is its own state.
No, but I mean, is the kazoo from Kansas and the Mizzou from Missouri?
Exactly. Yeah, no. Wikipedia that's 100%.
I think this is, I just state the facts, right? I do want to bring up something really quick and we'll close the show because it's bothering me a lot.
Sure.
Justice for Johnny.
Justice for Johnny, yeah.
The Karate Kid himself.
What
the guy who got robbed out of the championship. You got a kazoo, Jeff?
That's amazing.
This place has everything.
It really does. And why should we be surprised? Why should we be surprised?
I went back and I studied the film again because I said, I don't want us to be just throwing allegations out. We're responsible rumor starters.
Right.
Let me go over what just happened here. And for all you people who say, well, Danny LaRusso run fair and square and blah, blah. No, that's a bunch of bullshit. And I'll tell you the impact that it has on someone's life.
Danny LaRusso.
LaRusso, he got a point in the final match for a stomach shot. Legal point. We all know that.
Fair enough.
Johnny, right after that, gives him a rib shot and a takedown. No point.
No point?
Go back, look at the tape. No point.
Okay.
Are takedowns not rewarded at all?
Guess not.
I guess not. Now, Johnny punched Danny LaRusso in the face.
Right.
Don't you get a point for that? So a kick is legal, but the punch isn't legal? Now, I want to bring something up. If you notice, and everyone, go back to the video. You can YouTube it. Johnny, in between rounds when they're fighting, he's kneeling. He's kneeling on his knees.
I see that.
You know who else did that?
Who did that?
Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars. And was he not a good Jedi?
I have no idea what
He was he was a great Jedi.
Do I speak nerd? No.
Do you? Oh, come on, man. Come on. What do you You don't like Star Wars?
I swear to God to you, I have never watched.
You're not going to go see The Last
episodes.
Jedi?
Dude, I
Or Mitch's story, The Last Pick.
No, I got to be honest, I have not really watched any of the Star Wars. I know the bits and pieces of things. I swear you not. This Jar Jar thing, Sphinx or whatever. It's like a lizard thing, right?
Stop talking.
Okay.
Just stop talking. It's not
Just
good.
letting you know. I have no idea what it is.
Stop talking. Anyways, they know. Thank you. They know what they're talking about. But let me tell you about Ralph Macchio's career after this fight. This is what pisses me off.
Sure.
Ralph Macchio went on to do Karate Kids 2 and 3.
Right.
My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Outer Limits. Entourage. The Deuce. And he produced and directed movies. Do you want to know what Johnny got out of this gig?
What?
A cameo on Hot Tub Time Machine, where he's the last actor on IMDb, and his only line was, "Get him in a body bag, Blaine." He had to use the other guy's line from The Karate Kid in a cameo for another movie. Fuck you, Macchio.
Hey, man, you know what?
Fuck you, Ralph Macchio.
Fuck. Macchio
He was
crushed
even
it.
on Dancing with the Stars.
He crushed it, eh?
He crushed it by cheating.
By cheating.
Just-
And so what have I always said to you? If you're not cheating,
You're not trying. And that's a Mitch quote.
That's right.
Follow us on all our channels. Get on the discussion board. We will be uploading the episode, obviously, tomorrow. And until then, we're going to hit the showers.
Hurry up.
Jeff on the kazoo.
Oh, that's awesome.